We like to have our life, our experiences, take approaches to things, and sometimes we do this in a go with the flow and see what happens kind of way. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and it's chaotic, and sometimes we make plans. And there's a lot of really good benefits to make a plan. When you set goals, when you create to-do lists, when you strategize, you give yourself an idea, you give yourself reason, you give yourself means and methods and steps. And making a list, a to-do list or a list of goals, helps organize you. It puts things together in a way that you can look at them, break them down, and know how to actionably achieve that goal or that task. When you get organized, you allow yourself to calm down, because disorder creates stress, creates anxiety. If you have a whole thing that you've got to do, like say you're planning a party, well, who are you planning for? What are you doing? Who's invited? Where is it going to be? When? How much food? Like, there's lots of different things that you've got to factor and think about. So if you say plan a party, but then you break it down into all these different variables, things that you have to think about, then it becomes actionable steps. And then it's not that big of a deal. You've broken it down into bite-sized pieces, so you won't fear being overwhelmed. It's something that you can actually handle. So it allows you to relax. You don't have to remember each little piece in detail. You have a place to go, yes, I did that. No, I have to look into that. And there goes half of your anxiety and stress. When you set a goal, when you have a place where you're creating these strategies, these concepts, you're acknowledging something that needs to be on your to-do list. And therefore, you are lodging it in your memory. There was a study done with waiters, and the study showed that they would take the order of their clients and they would remember what their clients, their customers wanted up until the moment the dish was served. And as soon as the dish was served, it was as if it had been completely erased from their memories. There was no more need for them to remember because the task had been fulfilled. So if you create a list, you create a structure, your memory can be improved upon this, and you focus that detail. You have I need to pay attention to this, and it prioritizes it. When you create goals, when you have this list, it allows you to prioritize what's important. So if you have, say, 10 different things that you have to do in the run of a day, well, 10 items might be a lot of things, depending on what kind of items they are on your list. So perhaps you're not going to be able to get to all of these things. Instead of feeling the overwhelm and not getting to any of them, you can look at your list of all these potential things that you need to do and take care of and go, well, this is really important and needs to be done first. If I don't do anything else, this one thing needs to be done. And then you know you have your priorities straight. You also have the ability to plan them. So if you have that list of 10 items, you can go, well, if I do this one, it is halfway into this one, and then I'm doing multiple things in one time. You can plan your route. You can, when you are doing errands, running around town, you want to plan things so that you're in a fluid motion going to your locations. You don't want to plan and go here and then back to here and then over here again and there. It just makes sense to create a strategy. So coming back to it, writing lists, creating to-do tasks, setting goals, however big those things are for you, you can break these things down to make them achievable, to make them doable. Save yourself time, save yourself energy, and create less stress for yourself. The key about creating lists, by creating goals, setting these things, is to be realistic about what you're doing. I know for myself in the past, I used to say, okay, well, I need to clean my house. I don't know about you, but I'm not whiz with cleaning, and there's no way I'm going to clean my entire house in one day. You have to learn to break things down into actionable pieces. So I'm going to clean the bathroom, not my entire house. And depending on what's going on in my bathroom, it might take me most of the day to do it, depending on what kind of deep clean or if it's just a surface type thing. So be realistic with whatever that task is that you're setting for yourself. Be specific, be clear about what that is and what that looks like. Be flexible. Things happen. People interrupt, people grab your attention, other things pop up that all of a sudden become important. So if you don't get to something, don't beat yourself up for it. Don't criticize yourself. Take each moment as it comes. But by keeping a list, you create that focus, you create that set of goals, and then you create that achievability. You can create that thing actually being in your life. So go ahead and plan things. Set a list up. Do it on Asana, on a notepad, Google Keep, whatever it is that you need to do. But let yourself plan, strategize, and think it through. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.